I'm convinced that TDS translates on a whole nother level of the disease spectrum in the U.S. world of politics. You got to make it make sense. It doesn't matter how much positive the Trump administration induces into America. It doesn't matter how much morale we center us back to. For whatever reason, logic just simply continues to be defied by these leftists. Uh-oh, hold on. Let me make the screen a little bit smaller. There I go.
You mean to tell me that now you're mad because they want to take the poison out of our food? Y'all, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you're mad because you have to pay your student loan back? Because the previous administration lied to you and lied and lied and lied and lied and lied again. Get it through your head. This is exhausting trying to freaking communicate with you people when you can't understand actual logic. Do you know how much of a nightmare it is to even be on the same planet with you people sometimes? It's like you literally find something negative about a situation that even betters your life, the poison, right? Taking it out of your food, and you find a reason to get mad. You must live a awful existence. An awful existence. Some of y'all need some Jesus. I don't even feel sorry for any of you anymore. I tried, like in the back of my mind, I tried to think, well, you know, maybe, just maybe. No, there is no more. You guys are literally gone. Your mind is on the moon. It is gone. It's done. It's done.
Hey, Pink Floyd, they on the dark side of the moon. Oh, man, she absolutely crushed that. I mean, honestly, I really don't understand the logic in this at all. You're upset because a guy wants to help you from delivering poison into your body, which is ultimately going to expand your lifespan and those around you. It doesn't make sense to me. Oh, I'm going to lose taste. No, you're losing poison. Okay? I'd rather, find another product or, discontinue eating that product if the taste dramatically changes and I know it was because of poison. You know how much food is out here? Thank God I switched to eating more whole foods than anything. I eat about 90% whole food every now and again, we'll probably, but outside of that, man, like, shout out to RFK Jr., man. He's doing real good work out here. These people out here. All right, let me borrow you for a second. Aren't you tired of getting those spam calls and text messages? Do you even know why you get them? If you don't, sit tight, I'll explain. You see, what's happening is these big tech companies, they're not doing a good job of keeping our data safe. They're not even trying. Like, did you know that Ticketmaster got hacked and the only reason why they didn't inform you about it is because it didn't have a material impact on our business, quote unquote. And that data had full names, addresses, email addresses, your credit card info, which basically makes them you. And I need to be me, not them. And this is why I have to bring to your attention today the sponsor of this video, Aura.com. Aura alerts me when my data is breached, giving me fast fraud alerts and removes my info from data broker websites. All in one affordable app, might I add. Aura also allows transaction monitoring, VPN, antivirus protection, you got parental controls, identity theft insurance, and it's all in one affordable app. So listen, if my data was ever compromised, I would not worry at all. I'll sit tight because I know I got Aura in the background keeping me safe and protected all day. And this is why I can no longer let you be unprotected, as well as your family. So in order to ensure that protection, I need you to head over to aura.com/kingdomreacts right now. And you're going to get 2 weeks on us. And don't worry, I will have the link available in the description. Yeah, Democrats are considering legal action to stop RFK Jr. from funding the cause of autism spectrum disorder. First, they side with MS-13 terrorists, and now this.
The ASD prevalence rate in 8-year-olds is now 1 in 31. Shocking. There's an extreme risk for boys. Overall, the risk for boys of getting an autism diagnosis in this country is now 1 in 20. And as high in California, which has the best data collection. So it probably also reflects the national trend, 1 in 12.5 boys. This is part of an unrelenting upward trend. The prevalence 2 years ago was 1 in 36. Since the first ADDM report in 1990, which was 1992 births, autism has increased by a factor of 4.8. That's 480%, I believe. The first ADDM survey was 22 years ago, when prevalence was 1 in 150 children. In all the core states, the trend is consistently upward, and most cases now are severe. So about 25% of the kids who are diagnosed with autism are nonverbal, non-toilet trained, and have other stereotypical features, head banging, tactile and light sensitivities, stimming, toe walking, etc.
And somehow the Democrats found a way to be against this guy, and you want to take legal action against him? What are we doing, America? Okay, forget Trump, forget the left, forget that for a second. Honestly, what are we doing, America? Just as Americans, let's put the beef to the side for a second, for real. What are we doing, America? How does somebody want to literally help aid the American citizens to literally revolutionize and change families' lives, and y'all are against this? Now, this was posted on MSNBC, apparently. Listen carefully to learn who's behind the cover-up.
And then the second time I saw him was March after that, so March 2017 in the White House. In both of those two meetings, he asked me if vaccines weren't a bad thing, because he was considering a commission to look into ill effects of vaccines. And somebody, his name is Robert Kennedy Jr., was advising him that vaccines were causing bad things. And I said, no, that's a dead end. That would be a bad thing. Don't do that. Both times.
Dead end for who? How is this a bad thing?
So the FDA decided to ban food dyes, and there's already people on here complaining. And I just want to make this painfully aware to everyone that this is not a political post by any means. I don't give a shit what side you're on. Just throwing that out there. How is that a bad thing? Somebody please tell me how that is a bad thing. How are people actively making this a negative? We're 20 years behind, brother. Every other country with half a brain has already done what the U.S. just did today. And people are seriously complaining. It's a good thing. For all of us. Some regulation on your food is a good thing. Trust me, they're not that different. I had Fruit Loops in Italy this summer, and let me tell you something. They were even better than the American version. God, it's like some of you want to be sick the rest of your life.
Yeah, but I don't. Personally, if y'all actually look at my videos from just even a year ago, I was, around 50, almost 60 pounds heavier than what I am now. I was like, I needed to do something about my health, man. You know, sitting behind the computer every day, all day. You're getting your food being delivered all the time, or you're going out to eat and, you know, you're not working out, not taking care of yourself. You're sitting down. You building a trucker body. I was around here looking like a lowercase b, okay? You know, now, I'm cool. Got a little mini B, However, yeah, your health is serious, man. And I remember a lot of y'all asked me if I was sick, and I was like, no, man, I look sick. I look good. What you talking about? Hold on, now. Anywho, we gotta laugh to keep from crying sometimes. I'm over here making everything about myself. My bad. How narcissistic. Let's get back to the meat of it all. The Trump administration moves to ban essentially all artificial food dyes in the U.S. food supply at RFK Jr.'s direction. Eliminate 6 dyes: red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6, blue 1, blue 2, green 3 by the end of 2026. I'll let my guy right here finish this off.
Today, the FDA is taking action to remove petroleum-based food dyes from the U.S. food supply and from medications. For the last 50 years, American children have increasingly been living in a toxic soup of synthetic chemicals. The scientific community has conducted a number of studies raising concerns about the correlation between petroleum-based synthetic dyes and several health conditions, such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, obesity, diabetes, insulin resistance, cancer, genomic disruption, GI issues, as I've seen in the hospital, and allergic reactions. For example, this Lancet study conducted a randomized, double-blinded, placebo-controlled study on food dyes and concluded that artificial colors in the diet, quote, result in increased hyperactivity. So why are we taking a gamble? Parents, moms and dads, have also tried to raise attention to the issue. Some parents have observed that these chemicals cause hyperactivity and even aggressive behavior, and that it subsides when the chemicals are removed from the diet of the child, and sometimes even reoccurs when those petroleum-based chemical dyes are reintroduced.
Wow.
As I know from my experience taking care of children as a doctor, you have to always listen to the mom. Other studies have found that artificial colors that create vibrant colors mess with the child's developing brain to make ultra-processed foods more attractive, even when the child already feels full. These studies have associated...
I'm going to be completely honest. I was in Chicago, y'all know that, and I went to White Castle. You know, I ain't got White Castle, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, I know all stuff ain't good for you. Anywho, went there, and I remember eating the food. It had, you know, just two little burgers, and I had some fries, and I had 3 mozzarella sticks, and I got a bottle of water to drink. I really got a bottle of water to drink, for those who don't believe me. And yeah, I remember eating one of the, mozzarella sticks. Wasn't really digging it, so, you know, I put the rest down, ate a bit of the fries, and then I ate my burgers, drank some of my water, and I was cool. But on my ride there, I caught myself digging in the bag, eating fries, and I'm sitting back like, I'm full, but like, why am I unconsciously, like, my stomach is full, but like, I'm sitting here unconsciously eating. I know that was long-winded, but yeah, when he said that, I'm going, petroleum-based dyes?
These studies have associated food colors directly with obesity and diabetes. Well, America's children are sick and suffering. 41% of children have at least one health condition, and 1 in 5 are on medication. The answer is not more Ozempic, more ADHD medication, and more antidepressants. There's a role for those medications, but we have to look at underlying root causes. The F in FDA stands for food. Now, there's no one ingredient that accounts for the child chronic disease epidemic. And let's be honest, taking petroleum-based food dyes out of the food supply is not a silver bullet that will instantly make America's children healthy, but it is one important step.
Yes.
This administration is not interested in continuing down the path of doing the same old things as we watch our nation's children get sicker.
Yes.
We need fresh, new approaches. Cancer and diabetes in young people is going up at an alarming rate, and nobody seems to know why. We have to turn our attention to underlying causes, such as chemicals and toxins that children are exposed to, not just more insulin and chemotherapy. And let's not forget that the best way to lower drug prices is to stop taking drugs we don't need. 30 states concerned about this very issue have introduced bills or laws with a patchwork of standards for food companies. So the food industry, which has many good people, has asked for clarity. So today the FDA is taking the following steps. Number one, establishing a national standard and timeline for the food industry to transition from petroleum-based food dyes to natural alternatives.
Great.
Number two, initiating a process to revoke authorization of synthetic food colorings, including those not in production, namely citrus red number 2 and orange B, within the coming weeks.
Great.
Number three, taking steps to eliminate the remaining 6 synthetic dyes on the market from the U.S. food supply, specifically red dye number 40, yellow dye number 5, yellow dye number 6, blue dye number 1, blue dye number 2, and green dye number 3 by the end of next year.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's great news for the American people. This is what I would love to see CNN and MSNBC cover right here. I mean, seriously, what up? This is amazing news right here. I know I'm late to the party.
Hey, the FDA.
This is amazing news right here. And man, look, y'all go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life because, bruh,